Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm going to show you guys a recent kind of little trick that I learned about how to use smart objects to create dynamic sprites. And so basically, I was designing this iPhone app last fall, and once we were completed with the design, the development team needed a sprite. Whoops, a sprite like just with all of the components laid out because they were building this with HTML and CSS, and they were just kind of using this one sprite to to create one image file, and they can position everything. But basically, they were going to resell this app to different cinemas, and each one might have a different brand color and a few different elements. But so because I built everything with vector shapes, for all these icons and all of these little things, basically once we created the sprite, they needed an easy way to update this for a cinema that might have a green, green is their primary color, or blue, etc. And so these are all the same elements with all of these vector shapes still intact. But instead of using like the shape color that that you would normally have, like you can see this one, it's not changing when I change the color, and that's because I've created a smart object. Let me just make it visible here. Basically, this is just a shape, just a square shape that I've converted to a smart object. And if you don't know how to do that, just take your shape tool, draw a square, pick a color, right click on the layer, convert to smart object, and then you've got it. And so from there, you can make a copy of that smart object, and you can scale it, make it bigger and smaller. And then if you go in and you edit any one of those and change the color, you can see that it updates, all instances of that smart object. So that's what I did with this red square here, is I made that smart object and then made a copy of it, and I dragged it over, or drug it over, dragged, drug, I'm not sure there. But anyway, you can see as I release all of these masks, you can just see this is a duplication of that smart object. And so now, just go and undo all of that. Command Option Z will step backwards through the history. That's a fun little trick. Instead of just doing Command Z, Command Option Z is where it's at. But so each one of these, even the curtains and everything like that, all of them have that same smart object, just kind of scaled to to fit that shape. And then I've got a mask. So now that it took a little bit of time to set all of this up, but now I can just go in and edit this one shape, and say they're going to sell this app to another cinema, and maybe their color is purple. So I just go in and change that to purple, save it, and then all of a sudden all of my elements are also saved. And so it just is a really nice way to make this dynamic. And now they can just reuse this for whatever client they sell the app to. So yeah, that's it. And definitely wouldn't recommend designing production PSDs with this technique, but it works really well for doing stuff like this. But anyway, that's it. And if you have any questions about something that I did not cover or didn't go over, feel free to hit me up, and I will be happy to help you. Hope this helps you guys out, and I will see you later.